Hi there. So I recently placed an order with Book Outlet because I haven't ordered books from Book Outlet in a while, and I like Book Outlet. And so I wanted to show you guys what I got, did a little book haul, because for me, Book Outlet usually takes a good week to week and a half to get here. And by that point, with my short attention span, I've kind of forgotten what I've ordered. So we're gonna go through this. I'm gonna share with you guys what I picked out and hopefully why. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Oh, man. Well, that didn't quite work out. Okay, I'm just gonna pull them out in the order that I see them. So the first book that I picked out was The Dark Queens. I had this on my TBR. I think I saw a YouTuber or someone recommend it, and I don't remember exactly which one, so that's unfortunate, but I am pretty sure this is a nonfiction book. When I go to Book Outlet, usually what I do is I'll favorite books, and then when I'm ready to place an order, I'll add books from that list into my shopping cart. Sometimes Book Outlet is really book outletting and has a lot of really good stuff, and other times I'm kind of meh with the selection. So yeah, this was one of them. Starting off strong. Okay, next. They had Stephen King's Billy Summers, and I don't have this book yet. It's a hardcover. I think they also had the paperback, but if I'm gonna do Stephen King, I like to buy the hardcovers, so I picked this guy up. This is the newest book from Stephen King, and I have yet. Actually, no, it's not. This is the second newest book. I read Fairy Tale, so I haven't read this one yet. So I'm excited to check it out. I don't even know what it's about, and this might be one of my next books that I read, because it's always a win whenever I read a Stephen King. Next, we have 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals. I've been seeing a lot of self-help books recommended to me on my TikTok, on my For You page, and this is one that I see pop up a ton. So I'm really excited to read this. I've been really into kind of time management, also trying to streamline my schedule, getting a little bit more disciplined, yada, 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 basically all the reasons why we read self-help books. So I'm hoping this will help me. And it looks like a pretty quick read, so I just like to take tidbits of this, the concept of eat the meat, spit out the bones whenever I read self-help, so hopefully we'll have some good tidbits in here. I'm trying really hard to get into reading romance novels, and this is a book from Ellen Hilderbrand, 28 Summers. I've seen this a lot on people's must-read list as far as great romance books, or at least a great romance author. I know she writes a ton of books, so I'm gonna give it a go. Let me know if you guys have read anything from this author or if you have any recommendations, because I'm definitely open to them. The next book I picked up was a book called Cassandra, a novel and 4 essays by Krista Wolf. It said it's like Mary Renault's The King Must Die, and I really like that author, so I decided to pick this one up. It had pretty good reviews, and I didn't see a lot of reviews on Goodreads, but the ones that were there were pretty good. So I figured I'd go ahead and check it out. So we'll see how this goes. I was really excited about this book because I have been listening to this audiobook on Libby. It's called Gory Adventures from the Dark Side of Science by Erica Inglehaupt. And I am about halfway through the audiobook of this, but I've really been enjoying listening to the audiobook, so I wanted to pick up the physical book because I really like the writing style so far, and I wanted to actually read it. Do any of you guys do that? You start listening to the audiobook and you decide you want to actually read the physical book? So I was really excited when I saw this on Book Outlet because this has been a really fun listen, and I'm hoping that it'll be a fun read. I feel like sometimes when I'm listening to books, I'll miss things because usually when I'm listening to books, I'm moving around or doing other things, and so this is a very detailed book that I want to read. And this is basically the kind of grotesque world of different areas. It's the nicest way I could put it. Maybe read a summary and see if this is up your alley. But I just got off reading a bunch of books about death culture, and so this was another suggestion for me. The title and the book cover art was very enticing, so yeah, this one's been pretty interesting so far. And then last but not least, I picked up this book. It's called Unmasked My Life, Solving America's Cold Cases by Paul Holes. It's basically true crime, and I am super into true crime I think a lot of people are. This one is a nonfiction book, and I read a book 2 years ago about this guy who, I believe he was in the FBI or the CIA, and basically he was working to recover a lot of stolen art or counterfeit art. This might be similar. I always think the other side of true crime, the people who are actually behind the scenes trying to crack cases, and obviously with cold cases, that is much needed. So I also got this one. It actually looks like it's a fairly short read too. Alright you guys, so that was my short little haul from Book Outlet. I got, looks like, what, 7 books, so that should keep me going for quite some time. And I think all of these books was like 60 bucks, so that's pretty reasonable. That's the nice thing about Book Outlet. They have books priced at all different ranges, and it's a lot more affordable than buying them retail. I just saw that they had I'm Glad My Mom Died book, and I just bought that for full price. And so there are definitely some great books. It's not just like all books that no one wants. It's books that they have too many of from like retailers like Target or Barnes and Nobles, things like that. So they're technically new books. A lot of times they'll only just like have a little mark on them, or maybe some of the covers a little messed up, but honestly, that does not bother me if I can get a discount on books, and then they don't go into the landfill, I'm sure, don't get rid of them. So I think that's nice as well. So yeah, I like that they're more affordable, they're discounted, and that I can find books that I actually want to read. So I'm gonna go and link it down below. I have a code with them. If you guys decide to purchase anything from Book Outlet, if you use my code, I get a little kickback, which is always nice. So I can do more hauls like this, or like pick up more books for myself. But anyways, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!